Hello, hello. So, here's the thing, folks. We're doing something a little new, something different, and welcome to it. Welcome to Be Announced. I am Antonio Pomares of the Hungry Bleak podcast, and let me introduce these incredible people. Wrong way. Incredible people that we're going to be having some fun with. Below here is Joy of Joynfinity, content
Hi.
creator, streamer, foodie, eternal battery of energy and positivity. Outstanding. And then over here we have Jabbachan, one of the best guardians I could ever play with, content creator, artist, streamer. Look, if if she's by your side and she brings out the massive gun known as sweet business, it's a wrap for your whole day, folks. Basically, here on To Be Announced, we are going to be doing the some of the hot geek stories, geek culture stories, I should say, of the week. There's a lot going on out there, and sometimes it's hard to keep track. But we're going to keep you in the know, and hopefully tell you something that you don't know. We'll be hitting you every so often with those geeking on the budget tips, some sales, things that are going to be going on. Maybe something's free. Maybe something's
Like
at a
free.
reduced cost. I mean, free is look. I will take something for the low of free. I'm gonna be real with you.
Hmm.
So let's start the show off right away. So this story came up on the heels of Veronica Alonso being fired from Marvel Disney. Disney has absorbed Marvel Entertainment and has fired Chairman Ike Perlmutter. This was reported by Variety. A lot of shakeups going on in Marvel.
Oops.
A lot of stuff is going on and happening.
How you
I
feel?
I feel like I mean sometimes you have to have shakeups to have evolution though. To have change.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you all feel about the latest string of movies, but aside from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, um, solidarity, folks.
Literally.
That's what's up. Um, a lot of them they haven't really been hitting as much. Uh, yeah, so I feel like this might be necessary. A shakeup is necessary. New blood, even too, being brought in and making changes for. I mean, I feel like also that the MCU the movies have been a bit better than excuse me, haven't been as good as the DC Plus series. I feel that's where more concentration has been, and I'm really enjoying them. How do y'all feel about it?
This is phase four, right? Like all of this that's going on is happening during phase four,
I want
or
to
is
say
this like
Quantum Mania was the proper beginning to Phase 4. They say because we introduced the big bad of Kang.
okay?
Okay. Okay.
So we were like phase three, and now we're transitioning into phase four. So three into four is kind of not feeling so good.
Honestly, I forgot where all the phases come in. I'm like, it's just a movie. It's a continuation on, so it's like whatever phase we're in. Okay. Like, I don't know, but like Marvel, and don't y'all come at me. Not you guys, but I'm talking about for everybody else. Don't y'all come at me. Um,
Almost choked on my yak there.
I feel like with the movies compared to the Disney Plus shows, there's I feel like with the movies, obviously going to be a higher budget versus like Disney Plus movies, where it's like you're really not that much of a budget. They can make whatever they want to make
Mm-hmm.
and not pretty much get ridiculed. Whereas, like, for like the bigger movies, like, like the Iron Mans, the Spider Mans, like the Ant Mans, there's more of a higher budget, but they still don't come out the way some people like it. Like, I'm not like a big Marvel person where it's like I can relate where it's like, okay, they definitely did this directly off the comics, so I can't say for sure for like,
Okay.
from page to page. But I'm just saying, like, right now, the shows are hitting a lot better, like you said, than the movies are. So it's like, eh,
Eh.
It seems like the production money or whatever it is that they put on the shows, and you can tell. Like there's certain commercials I've even seen are like ads for the show that I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But then the movie is kind of like, I don't know if I really want to see that as much as I want to dive into the shows. So
Yeah, and they said that they were going to be putting more monies into the shows to make them like cinema quality. I think they put all the money in the shows, but I think
facts.
this now because they're doing a lot more of that. I mean, they even did a Halloween special, which was pretty cool to do something like that. So to put that into put the thought process into that is actually pretty cool. We'll see where this goes and what more shakeups going on. I can't even think of what the next MCU movie is supposed to be, truthfully.
Well,
Is it
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's coming out. I remember
Because
after
the
seeing
one that
Ant-Man,
everybody's
they were advertising that one, Guardians of the Galaxy. I
Yeah.
think that comes out in May.
that sounds about right because it's closer to the summertime, and
Mhm.
you have to start getting those summer hits. I mean, the movie that everyone's really looking forward to is going to be Blade, but we don't know really what's going on that yet. That's still kind of on. It's there, but it's not because they still are having trouble filling certain positions.
I feel like that's just like right now, just like it's like paperwork. That's just
Yeah.
like we're only in the paperwork status. We're not even looking at any type of like screenshots because they did leak a couple screenshots for the new the Captain America TV show. They
Yeah,
started leaking photos for that, so I did see that, and it looks good.
I will be excited to see that because I love the first season,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm all for that. Joy, what have you got?
As much as I don't want to bring the mood down, I have to report a death in our universe. E3 is dead again. Well, I mean, well, because of the pandemic, understandably, it was canceled. But
Right.
we had high hopes. I mean, Lord knows I wasn't going to California, flying my broke self all the way over there. But they at least did it virtually before, and I thought a lot of people thought that maybe they'd do it again, and they scrapped it. Reading a couple articles, it was kind of a mix of not saying the support, like the backing behind it. It seemed like not a lot of people were interested. Like it wasn't as much garnered support as I guess they were used to. Not sure about all the other gaming companies. I mean, a lot of them seem like they're pretty okay. Like whether E3 was going to happen or not, they're still gonna, they're still releasing games. They're still sharing their own content on their own channels. So it's like, did they really need E3 for that? But it's still really cool. It's like part of our kind of culture to be like E3.
Yeah.
And it chopped it.
Mm-hmm.
So how do y'all feel? Do you think it's something that was like, or is it like, huh? Do you?
I mean, E3 was a thing. I would say it was definitely I would go for the studios. So like the studios, like like Ubisoft, Square Enix, Rockstar Games, like
Bungie?
yeah, Bungie. That was all great for them because they weren't tied to nobody really at this point. Like there wasn't like they weren't like nobody wasn't exclusively tied to Sony. Bungie, Microsoft was definitely like their chokehold, but as far as like the other ones, it's like there really wasn't no tie in between. It was like we only had to stick with this company. But then now, since everybody's doing their own thing, like we have Microsoft doing their own press conference, we have Nintendo Direct, we have Sony doing their own conference when it comes to certain stuff. So it's like
that state of play. Hey,
yeah, it's like, so do you really? What else does E3 have? Because if all the studios are working like the bigger, like the big three, you might as well say, it's like, what else can you really show for? You really don't have nothing else to showcase because everybody else is like taking the other studios and putting them on their platforms.
True.
Do you think this is a direct result of the pandemic? Because everyone started doing their own thing and sharing their own content with their developing their own channels and everything to do that?
I feel like it's a mix of a couple elements.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, the pandemic it has allowed them to step up a lot of these studios.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I wasn't really concerned about E3 after PlayStation put their PlayStation experience together because they were doing it. I was running over there in 2015. Now that I flew over for, and I was like, if I could just have Sony only things, sure, that's great. And that felt more like something that was obtainable. I may not be able to do E3, but it's possible that people will still go to a thing across the country for gaming. But now
Right.
it's kind of like, now that we're sitting at home, we can still get bits and pieces without having. I guess at this point we're expecting they don't have to throw everything at us. It's like, all right, we'll accept the bite-sized morsels of here's a teaser, here's a video, here's a 10-second clip or whatever. It's more. It's not. I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. Like with Netflix, we like to binge. With this, we're okay with drip drops.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's
How
a
do you
little
feel?
it's a little more easy to consume
Yeah.
in that way. Okay. All right. Yeah,
And I
that makes
mean,
sense.
for me as a former employee of a certain company, Joy would already know. I would say it's like there was launches without having E3 to be a part of it.
Mhm.
So like whenever like a new system came out, it's like, all right, Nintendo or Microsoft's gonna have like a small presentation on this day. Stay tuned for it. You're already geared up. Be like, all right, well, what's happening? What are we going to get? Like, didn't they just announce the new Legend of Zelda game by
Yes.
themselves?
Yeah.
Yes.
They didn't need anything. They didn't need E3. We're like, we're going to do an announcement just because it's a Monday.
They're bold now.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
they
at least-
basically just bust a Beyonce. They just look. I'm just going to drop this album now for y'all.
Yes.
Okay.
It almost seems like they're willing to make nice as well. Like, remember back in the day, they were so like, we're not releasing anything and we're not sharing and we're not talking to nobody. And it seems more like, all right, look, guys.
They have
We're
no other
grown.
choice, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that definitely is. I think it's happened with. I mean, a lot of like the companies are starting to have done their own thing since the pandemic because they knew you were at home, and they wanted to make good because everyone was at home. Like you were saying, you couldn't go out, so I mean, you had everybody who was those big companies who were providing, your games or movies, what have you, were throwing it straight to you right through the internet, either streaming service or, I mean, you look at something like because Disney had their Disney Day.
Yeah.
Like their Disney Plus Day. DC had their Fandom thing where they would do that. So yeah, that makes sense that they're doing their own thing because they're like, why are we going to go there? Like you're saying, why are we going together when you're at home? We'll just pipe it through here and do like, we'll have our own YouTube channel or Twitch or whatever channel we have, and you can just watch it there. It's kind of sad to see it go, but you can understand. Again, this is the evolution of something, so you'll see how it goes through after that.
But this will be my last statement on this point. Honestly, now that to me the new E3 is the VGAs, the Video Game Awards, because now they showcase the new world premiere trailers or like new stuff that's like tied to gaming. Like remember when they did The Last of Us, they had the whole cast out. We're like, oh, y'all really doing this, even though it was TV, but it was still based off a video game. And like now everybody's looking at the new trailers. So now like any type of new trailer that you hear about, like at least towards the end of the year, since they usually have their award show at that time, you'll see new games. And also they do the new sales too, where it's like, oh, come get this indie game on Steam. It's gonna cost you like nothing, or try the beta out. You'll get all that news at that time.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Jabba, what have you got for us?
Well, if you guys are some old classic fans, we got Scott Pilgrim coming out with a new anime adaptation, which I am super excited for. Yes. So apparently Netflix obviously is like, they come in hot with like all like these adaptations, these shows coming out. Netflix did announce that they're coming back with the 2000. Can't you believe it came out in 2010?
Wow.
No, I can't.
So, yeah, 2010 when the movie came out. So technically it was based off of, I believe it was a comic, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
from Oni Press, I believe.
So a comic that got adapted into a show, which also has a game out, like from like back in the day, which is like like a side scroller, which is so good, is now being made into an anime. And best part is the original cast is coming back.
Yes.
So voice their characters. So I'm super excited. Super excited.
Very excited by this because that's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, it's just so funny and so meta. And like we were discussing earlier, because these people, like the cast, a lot of cast members have played superheroes in the DC or Marvel,
Mm.
the universes. You can play on those meta jokes.
Yep.
You really can, and I'm so excited for this, honestly.
I mean, I like to at least say, I'm sorry to say, I watched it in 2010 and I was already kind of like, it went over my head, which sounds stupid now for me to say this, but I didn't really get it because I was like, well, I got the whole premise of it, but now this would be fresh eyes for me again to be like, okay, for real, now that I'm older, what were the things that they were referencing that I didn't understand then when I was with someone? He got it, like he got it. He was laughing and cracking, and I was like, okay, this is entertaining, but I didn't fully understand it until
it's like the basic jokes, like for example, when Scott's like stalker girlfriend was coming to the apartment, and then she's like, "Is Scott here?" And like he bolted out that window, and the room is like, he's like, "No, he's not here." And you literally see like feet falling through the window, and it's like she is nuts.
Yeah, well, I got it overall as like a regular person, but I'm like, oh, I feel like I would have enjoyed it more to like really know certain like references and like jokes and stuff. So I'm excited because I get to at least see it again, like after I've lived life and not just being like, oh, this is funny, but like not in a way of, oh, this is funny because da 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 da. So,
but see now because like they already had extreme scenes in the movie, they have to amp it up when they make the anime because it's only right.
Yeah,
like it's only right.
But the scenes that were ramped up, that were like almost like anime-esque scenes in the movie, are going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
As far the only thing I can say is I don't know who the studio that they're going to have is. I hope it's. I'm trying to remember the name. Is it Studio Trigger that did Kill la Kill?
Oh, that would be really good.
No, actually,
La Kill.
Yeah, like Kill la Kill. The Gurren Lagann. Like that over exaggerated stuff because that feels like Scott Pilgrim. It just is it Mappa or is it Trigger? I want to say Trigger. Who did them?
Well, let's see.
Those are my two favorite studios. Excuse me.
Article. It says that the anime is going to be animated by Japanese anime house Science Saru. And give me 1 second to actually look up like their.
You were correct. It is Trigger Inc.
The Trigger, okay, yeah, Trigger
or Studio Trigger, yeah,
Studio Trigger, yeah. It's just their style is so cool and so over exaggerated, and just everything is just, it feels so Scott Pilgrim.
But it's gonna be,
but I don't know this studio, but I trust Netflix. If anything, I trust Netflix with its animation because their animation has really been fun and great and just really enjoyable since even before the pandemic. But I knew that they were starting to focus more on animation since the pandemic.
Yeah, you're right, Jabbachan. It says Science Saru, which I've not heard of.
So here's one. If you guys have watched, this is also on Netflix. They produced Devilman Crybaby, and that one was a trip.
Oh,
I did not see that.
You know what? Okay, bet. Yeah. Okay.
Animation for that, for the way, and I like their style of animation, which I can see it fits. It's Joy. I'll let you know this now. It's kind of like those. Okay.
What?
Not that type of You're just gonna be like You're like That will probably be your reaction
for the anime itself.
For Devilman Crybaby, yes.
Yeah. Okay, because
I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, that was my. I was like, what is? Oh, what the?
Yeah, I watched all of it. It's good. Like I actually enjoyed it, and like I said, I like that's like my kind of style for anime, where it's like kind of like that 90s, late 80s type of vibe, but a lot more fluent and like the animation style. But I'm like, so good. It's on Netflix. Finish it.
All right.
Is it of the gay?
There might be of the gay scenarios.
Okay.
Definitely when they say the word devil, there's a lot more blood into it. But I'm saying, like, I don't know how much gore you can take, but just
I like the blood. Blood.
Then you should be
Oh,
definitely
and they
on point
also
with that one.
did, if I'm correct, is this the one where they did Japan sinking? Yes, it was. It was. They also did another one. It's also on Netflix called Japan Sinks 2.0, I believe. Good one. Heart wrenching. Watch it.
Japan Sink 2.
Let me
That's
download
a more
that.
recent one, right? Within the last 2 years or so.
Yep.
You know
Okay,
what?
yeah.
Let's download it. Oh no! Get out of here! Stop it! Get out of here!
But yeah, so like this studio does have some good stuff that
Okay.
even outside of Scott Pilgrim being animated, if you wanted to watch their stuff, definitely recommend it.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out because that for the little bit of what I've seen, yeah, that style fits Scott Pilgrim also.
Mhm.
I kind of was hoping for a Studio Trigger just because I really like Studio Trigger and their just ridiculous way of doing things. Because I feel with the sense of humor, it works. But that'll work out too. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very happy to hear that. Okay, so the next story is Blade is going to be getting a ongoing series. It's going to be debuting in July. A writer we're going to have is Brian Hill, an artist we're going to have is Elena Casagrande, and this was first a reporter on by Polygon. I'm excited about this because I believe that Brian Hill is the only black person to have will be the only black person, I should say, who will be writing an ongoing Blade series.
Okay.
There hasn't been anyone. They've actually shown the cover as well, which I want to show you a little bit of.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm excited about this because Blade has had a tumultuous time with series, I'll say.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can make it just a little bit better. Yeah, so I'm happy to see this. But it was inevitable because we know we have a movie coming out soon for Blade in 2025 probably, tentatively. I know, right? It seems like so long, but if it takes them a while to redo whatever they were doing that wasn't looking right, I'm cool with that. But between there's apparently been I think there's been a vampire uprising in the Marvel comic book universe. Blade is now, or was I should say, the sheriff of Chernobyl, which was a vampire nation created by Dracula. Blade has had, I believe, 3 one-shots, which have been great. I've loved them. And we also have had recently Blade's daughter, Brielle Brooks, who has recently debuted in the Marvel Comics, in the comic Bloodline Daughter of Blade, which is, I'm really enjoying it. It's almost feels like a little bit anime-ish in the art and in the style of it. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, this is one that I really want to I really just want to read that one because I'm a Blade fan, and this is a character who he's even an Avenger now, which he was never an Avenger before.
Officially?
What?
He's an official Avenger in the most recent Avenger series.
Blade.
He's an Avenger, and he's never been an Avenger before.
Wait, not trying to be funny, but just to be funny. He actually likes people to be a part of the team?
There's actually, you know what's funny, on YouTube, I forgot what channel it was. Otherwise, I honestly would give them credit. There's a list of 8 times Blade was a team player. He's been a part of teams before, but they've never really spotlighted him. In the Avenger series, they end up rescuing him because he's chained up in a dungeon and they don't realize it's him. You just see a shadow over someone and they're like, we want you to help out and everything, and we're here to rescue you. And he's chained up, and then you see the light, the way they draw it, the light shows, and it's his face. That was why I started reading it, was because of him. I think he joined in issue 7 or 8, something like that. I'm not sure. And that's why I started reading it. So yeah, I mean, he's getting better with people. I mean, he's not really the best, but he's getting better. But he's also been working with Man-Thing, but a junior version of Man-Thing, which is kind of like Swamp Thing, but it's doing that. So, and Blade has also been in the video game Midnight Suns, which was from last year, I want to say.
Okay.
and there was a comic book that was based on that as well. And also there was a comic book called Strike Force, which was I think maybe 2 arcs. It's not really worth it, truthfully. I read like maybe up to issue 3 of the trade, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Thank you, beloved. I'm 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 good. You can keep. You can keep. No offense to people who were part of it. I just realized it's not my thing, and then I realized why it wasn't my thing because of the person who was writing it isn't my thing. It's cool, no, what have you. But yeah, this is exciting to me. I want to see this, and I love I love just that cover alone, so I can just imagine what the variant covers are going to be like. All for this, yes. Any thoughts on that?
I'm just surprised that Blade actually likes people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never really. The only team I've known that he's really joined was the Midnight Suns, or kind of a loose affiliation of it, years ago, and he wasn't really featured in it really all that much. It was like a miniseries, 5 or 6 issues, but he wasn't really featured in it. But it was good.
I mean, the closest thing I've seen, and this is me taking it back because, like I said, I wasn't really on like that whole Marvel train. It was only one person that was my Marvel guy, which was Spider-Man. That was like the animated series when like Blade started coming into that.
Yes.
And he still don't like Peter Parker. And he's like, listen, I only need your help, you spider thing. And then gone. That was it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
That was one of the best arcs of Spider-Man. When they started doing that stuff like in the later years, when they started doing like those crossovers with him,
Daredevil, X-Men,
I was like, yeah, all for. I mean, because that was after the Venom thing, and they started really doing it. You were like, yeah, I got to go watch that now. That was awesome stuff.
Not sponsored, but it's on Disney Plus.
Yes. Not that, yeah, that was, oh god, yeah, that was awesome.
It's not on Disney Plus. What's the?
No, I said it's on Disney Plus, but I said we're not sponsored.
Yeah, but what's the? Say the thing again, just to make sure, because I'm about to look for it.
Oh,
it's
Spider-Man the animated series. You have to look up.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I have to add that.
Yeah, it's because there's multiple Spider-Mans on there. Because I know there's Spider-Man Unlimited. Because Spider-Man, like within itself, has been shot from like multiple television shows. Like they were on MTV at one point. They were
Spectacular,
on they were on Fox. Yep. And then obviously Fox is now Disney, so they're running that. So yeah, Spider-Man the animated series, it should be like 97 when it came out, 98 or whatever.
There's one that's 94, 2017, 2003.
No, 94 then.
Yeah, 94. Yeah, because I was in high school.
Like this. Sorry, the first one.
Yep, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. All right. Well,
because I was a sophomore in high school.
Listen, I played this.
Don't say that.
Yes.
Listen, when that Spider-Man came out, that's when metal was like the best thing ever. You wanted to play that intro.
Radioactive spot. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah.
It was like the X-Men theme, and then that one just hit. I'm like, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. I don't even remember the Fantastic Four or the Hulk one. I don't.
No.
They don't matter.
And they were on UPN.
Sorry.
Mine was Iron Man.
Oh yeah,
Iron Man was for me.
He had the mullet was flowing, just all the juicy locks was just. He was like all the juice, all the Jerry curl, soul gold juice was in. He was like, and you see all the suits show up when he hammer it. Oh yes,
Iron Man. Like that, I don't know why, but I was like, yes, Daddy. But okay.
Taking it back.
Person already.
That is. Oh my God, yes. Sometimes we'll get off on little tangents because stuff is really cool. Yeah,
we like stuff.
Yeah, there's stuff. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so Java, what's your next story?
All right, so next story is another anime piece. We got Demon Slayer coming back for season 3. It's coming out April 9th. It should be obviously on Crunchyroll, Funimation, or the Funroll, however you want to put those two together, since they're now like one entity. If you guys haven't been familiar with it, it is about obviously this little boy trying to save his sister because she's now half demon and now trying to fight off the demons, especially when it looks like Michael Jackson. But we don't get that far deep into it. The animation on that has been picking up, and it's been phenomenal. Like it's just like chef's kiss. Like if you haven't watched the last season, like that last fight, my God, amazing, top tier. I can't, and I'm waiting for this new one to come out. And also, I would say that at least for me, I've had like the best pause frames for that show because like the facial expressions on that is like priceless. I gotta show you some of them on my phone. You'll be sitting there dying laughing. Like if you pause the anime in a certain right way and you see like their reaction, you'll be sitting there on the floor laughing.
But I'm going through Mugen Train Saga.
Oh,
I'm like almost done with that. I think I'm on like episode 5 of it, maybe.
You should watch the movie. It clears it all up in one shot.
Well, you know what? I thought the movie was on Hulu, and it's not, because that's where I've been watching it.
Oh,
because they just recently put season 2, I want to say, on Netflix, like within the last couple of months.
Yeah, no, your best bet to watch on Funimation.
Okay. Now, is there a difference between the movie and between that series? Is it?
Yes and no. There are certain scenes that are kind of like put together. Best way to describe is like if you watch Dragon Ball Z and like if you've seen like Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F, that was literally those two movies were like 12 episodes of Dragon Ball Super. Where like if you just watch those movies, you didn't have to watch the first beginning of it.
Okay, because I actually like watching all of it. Like it doesn't. I actually like it because I love the animation. It's breathtaking. It's beautiful.
Oh, of course. But yeah, it's like the way they do, which I've noticed, like certain scenes might change, but like they still stick like together parallel. But it's like if you just like want to sit down for like 90 minutes and just like watch something, it'll save you more time because sometimes with like animes, especially for like fillers, they drag it out where it's like, okay, we're gonna have this big old fight. Pause. We're gonna go to the beach.
Right.
Why are you going to the beach?
Because you need that beach scene. You gotta have a beach scene.
You need to finish off this enemy. Okay, he killed off like half the nation. No, we're gonna go to the beach.
I mean,
spring break.
you have to go to the beach in order to like to get yourself centered and everything before the big fight, before the big tournament.
Yeah, okay. Most time when you go to the beach, you're only there for the plot, and we know what the plot means. So it's like,
look, fan service. Yeah. I mean,
the bouncing plots.
Yes.
But yes, April 9th is when the new season comes out. So I'm
April 9th?
April 9th.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You got 9 days, man. 9 days.
9 days? Okay. Wow. I didn't realize it was that close. I still have to finish up the second season of right. So actually, I have to finish up the first season of Fire Force. Okay. There's a lot of anime coming out. So yeah, Have you watched Demon Slayer Joy?
No. Unfortunately, I had to Google which one it was because I was going to confuse it with another one, but I saw the boy's face. And I was like, "Oh, this one." No, I have not seen this. But I am on Netflix.
Watch the first episode, and it'll pull that first episode will pull you in because it's different. It's not about like trying to impress a girl or anything like that. It's like a brother literally doing everything to save his sister. And that's what was different. And also the fact of different is that the thing that he channels is water. Normally it's fire. It's like some type of destructive force, where water is one of the most powerful forces and elements there is. So that alone was, and the way the water forms and everything. It's just
the styles is just like amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm downloading them. I got at least the 3 that have been mentioned today. I already put on my list. And this point, I put the smart downloads on, so I'm like, just download them. I can on all my commutes. I can just watch, the episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. I'm committed to this, guys, for real.
And don't worry, there is like some comic relief where it comes like the show, so it's not like so much drama, but there is comic relief within the anime. So like you would enjoy it.
There's some, but it's such a wonderful mix of action, horror, a deep story, and the humor. Some of it is just so random. I was like, it doesn't even make any. It's But then you realize they're really just kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're really like teenagers, like
Oh, like
trying to
14,
fight these.
15, just about.
Yeah, like trying to fight these demons and being beaten by these. Anime is amazing because you can take children, teenagers, and beat them. These older people beat them into learning whatever it is technique they need to learn, and then they send them off to their deaths. They're
Like,
almost
all
as
right,
bad
bye.
as Professor X. They're almost as bad as him. They're just
Well,
beating these children.
I will ask the question: subbed or dubbed? How should I watch it?
Preferential choice. I watch dubs because I can't focus on the subs because I'm so into the animation and looking at the style and everything and little nuances of it that I'll miss a whole dialogue and I'll be like, wait, what? And I won't even care. Movies
I've
like
done
live action,
both.
I can.
I've done both.
Okay.
Which
So
would you
it's
like
like-
more?
So it depends because sometimes certain voice actors subbed fit a lot better than they do dubbed for me. So it's like, for example, obviously if anybody doesn't know, Goku is voiced by a female in the sub
yeah.
version. As much as I love like Dragon Ball Z and like think I have to go with the English.
We're used
Like,
to it by now.
But it's not even that. Like, even if I want to like try and change up, like if I want to actually watch like the later animes that are coming out, it's just because like I feel like the entire cast, I'm pretty sure they're voiced by mostly women, have a higher pitch nasally voice. So it's like I can't look at Piccolo with a nasally voice in sub, and then all of a sudden like his Namekians drop like 5 octaves, and I'm like, okay, I could go with that. It's like it's a weird like pitch change for me.
Okay.
But it really depends on the preference.
Okay.
So like Attack on Titan, I've done both. I've done sub and dub. Demon Slayer, I've done sub and dub.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll try it and I'll most likely start off in dub just because, and then I'll see how I feel too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I started watching Attack on Titan. Like the first episode I watched sub because it wasn't dubbed yet.
Right.
And everybody was talking about it. And I was like, yo, this is ridiculous. But I know now as I've gotten older and I become hyper fixated on certain things, and the animation now is so unbelievably beautiful. And because I know artists and I know animators, I look at their style and study. And when I'm reading comics, I study the style of art so much that I'm so focused on the animation and the style. And I'm wondering, how long did it take to draw that scene? How long did it take to complete that scene of a fight? Not even someone walking into a room, but an actual fight with multiple moves and jutsus and techniques and everything. How long did it? And I almost lament over it because it's so beautiful and so painstaking. So I know I can't do. Like if it's just a scene of them sitting there eating dinner, yeah, I probably will be able to do like subbed. But if it's a full on fight, nope. Options,
like
pause, options. I got to go to tubbed. Nope.
It's a preference. Like even Naruto, like what Naruto it started back out in like 2002, and at the time when they did have the English one, I watched it, and then by the time I hit high school, we watched it on YouTube for like the latest episode to come out, and it was in Japanese, and I just stuck with that. So like, whatever I have, I'm down for it. I can't be picky.
Well, all I'll say to that is believe it.
Oh,
that was over the years. I've tried to watch Naruto. I've watched 2 episodes. Every time I only get up to episode 2 because I can't take him being an orange and the believe it. It's just and I know it's not all like that, but it just it hits me in a way where I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
But see, that's why if for you, if that is meh for you, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it up.
I think so, yeah.
For sure.
Watch it stuff because especially like they're like anybody can tell you if they watch Naruto and like they at least appreciate like the animation. The first official fight that Naruto and Sasuke have, the animation on that
is top tier.
Amazing.
I've watched the Rock Lee.
Oh, versus Gaara. Nope. Better than that.
Which I fell in love with. I fell in love with that scene because it was just so. And I was like, wow, how far is this into the series? And somebody told me, I said, okay, I'm going to go get something to eat. I'll see y'all later. And I just never went back. But I love that scene. So I know it's great, but it's just, it's just getting past the lead character, which is weird. It's to get past the lead character.
No, it's okay because I've done the same thing. I've only gotten to the part where they're training, like to be ninjas,
Mhm.
and that's it.
That was like the beginning, so
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
really even happened.
No, I've had Naruto diehard fans, or what do you like Naruto witnesses? I don't know. I've had them come to me and be like, "Look, you need to watch this." I'm like, "I will," and then I'm sorry, I haven't done it yet either, but I know it's amazing. I've had grown men that I adore tell me, like, for real, like, watch this, Joy, stop playing it. I was like, all right, eventually, like, I will watch it. So
yeah. What's your final story, Joy?
oh, so I don't want to be the bearer of bad news
Again
with the death, the murders, but Sonic's dead, y'all. I don't know what to tell you.
Pause. Wait a minute. Pause.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
I got an alibi because I wasn't even there at the time. I was at work.
It's Tails' fault. He did it.
What? Knuckles? I heard Knuckles.
I will not confirm nor deny the murderer because this is a game. And I mean a game, not like black folks be like, this is a game, y'all. Like, no, this is an actual game.
What?
This is an actual game.
Okay.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but I was like, girl,
right.
it is March 31st. This is weird. But I went to confirm on Twitter, and they also were like, no, for real, guys. This is an actual game we put out. This is not an April Fool's joke. It's funny. It's early.
No, it's not
real.
Because people will cry.
Yes.
And technically, since Japan is 13 hours ahead of us, it technically is April 1st. So
yes.
It could be a joke.
But it is not. It is a murder mystery game. It's a free adventure game. I said free on Steam. And I downloaded it. So I was like, oh no, this is legit. It's it looks like what's the game? It kind of looks like Phoenix Wright.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's but it's like, it looks like mini games within the game. I said, how many times have I said the word game? Jesus. But yes, it is called The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. He looks like he was killed Family Guy style. Like, how they
just thought that the way he's laying, he looks like Peter. When Peter falls, he just always collapses in that one position.
That pose.
Every time he falls that one position.
It says it's a point-and-click adventure visual novel, which is something I'm used to at this point, when it comes to streaming certain games on Steam. So I'm excited to check it out.
I wonder if there's multiple outcomes on like who did it.
Ooh, depending on what you chose and what you.
Yeah. So like kind of like a
That's really
butterfly
interesting.
effect. If like if you choose like a certain chaotic gem, it might give it to somebody else. But if you choose this one plus like a ring, it'll go to somebody else. Interesting.
One way to find out.
I'm gonna go get it.
You gotta play.
And you said it's free on Steam, right?
It's free on Steam right now.
So, folks, go to Steam. That's your geeking on a budget right there. Geeking on a budget is basically we'll do our stories, and randomly there will be something that's on sale that could be part of our story, and we'll tell you about it. That's geeking on a budget because it's expensive to geek out these days, regardless of what your particular geek love is. It's expensive. So if we can save you a little bit of money so you can have some fun and enjoy yourself, that's geeking on a budget. Right there.
Free 99, baby.
I kind of like, I'm not a Steam person because I don't play on PC, but this sounds interesting to me because I would like to. The minute you said Phoenix Wright, I was like, yeah, bet. Because I never played the game, but just watching the stills used to have me in tears. Because it was just like, I am jacked. And just the anime, like the lines, everything was just so cool. Like,
Yes.
all right. I mean, yeah, okay. Object. You calm down. Just, we know you passed the bar. Just chill, man. Just calm down over there. Your high blood pressure. Tension.
He's very passionate about the law. I've also never played the game, but it just seemed very entertaining to look at. So yeah. I agree.
Whenever I see it, it always made me think of Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Yes.
Yes.
which is amazing. Did you know that there's a sequel to that series
Really?
where it deals with his
What?
daughter?
Is it out? Is it
Yeah, where can
real?
we watch it?
HBO Max.
Shut
All right.
up. Okay, hold on. Let me
But
go.
before you watch it, rewatch Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, just because it's ridiculous. And the
Okay.
episodes are only like 15 minutes. It's so
Doable.
Is that also on HBO,
HBO
Max?
Max. Yes, it is.
Real? Dang.
Attorney
all right.
at Law. Well, you
Harvey
figure
Birdman,
it's Cartoon Network Adult Swim. So
Mhm.
you have that. You have C Lab 2021.
See
Bet.
that underneath
That was my
the
first taste of like
water.
the absurdity of Adult Swim. And I was like, what is, because I grew up watching the actual C Lab anime. So when I
Wait,
saw this, I was
what?
like, this isn't, I mean, not anime, but animation, but animated series, like originally. Like it
Wait,
used to be like an
what?
actual series, like an actual like drama series, animated like that.
Really? Sea Lab?
Everything that they took for Adult Swim, like Space Ghost, C Lab, Birdman, they used to be actual animated series years ago.
Wow.
Hanna-Barbera. They used to be
Oh
all, and
yeah.
they used to be dramas, but I don't know who thought of it, but they brought all this stuff over and decided to make them comedies and everything. And I mean,
You know, there's a new one.
like Space Ghost alone is ridiculous. And that's the one that started it. And then when I started watching Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, it was so random. Peanut, like Peanut was never his name. His name, I forgot what his name was, but it was never Peanut. Peanut is one of the best characters because he's always got a hustle going on. He doesn't want to be at the law firm. He's like, he's always trying something illegal, some type of hustle.
This is crazy.
I saw that. Nobody noticed it. She's playing Galaga.
Yeah. Trying to get that high score, man.
Yeah, that was definitely how you beat my score. I definitely saw you beat my score. But yeah, go check that out. I've watched it and it's hilarious to see his daughter.
Okay.
But I mean, she's got the wings and everything like that, and she has the powers. But yeah, but before you do, just watch Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law again because it needs so much love. That series is so absurd. Then watch his daughter.
I'm on it. I added it to the list.
Yes.
Thank you, Seth.
You're welcome. So our final story today, actually not really a story. It's an upcoming event. The Black Comic Book Festival is going to be April 14th and 15th, I believe is what I said, folks.
Yes.
14th and 15th. That's going to be a Friday and Saturday. It's going to be in Harlem at the Schomburg Center. It's on Malcolm X Boulevard, I want to say. Go check it out. It's a free event. You go and register through Eventbrite. You go in and it's beautiful. You get to go around the Schomburg yourself, but you'll also have all of these incredible creatives of comics, some of novels, just there. And it's a beautiful event that you can go to. It's an amazing con. There will be panels. There'll be vendors there that you can buy their wares, their t-shirts, their comics, whatever they've got going on. You can still also go into the Schomburg itself and buy from their gift shop as well. Like I said, it's a beautiful event. It used to be only one day, but it became so big and so amazing and incredible that it became 2 days. So if you're able to, if you have the day off, or if you're able to, like I said, it's a Friday and Saturday, it's the 14th and 15th, go and check out the Black Comic Book Festival. I will be there on Saturday, probably not Friday, unless it's that Friday evening. But regardless, 2 days, and it's a great family event as well. I usually see a lot of people with their children going. Great family event. You know what? Take a date there. Go. I don't know why my voice cracked like that, but it did because I was talking about a date. So go take a date. So go and take a date there. It's great. And I mean, while you're there, you'll see all these amazing people. If you don't know about comics, everything, you'll have a great chance to learn and see all these incredible Black comic book creators, writers, artists, fans. There'll be cosplayers there as well. They'll have panels where people will speak about different topics in these Black spaces for geeks. It's a really cool thing, and I love it. It's been going on now for
11 years.
Has it been 11 years?
It's like the 11th annual.
I didn't realize
Wow.
it. Jeez.
That's what
I know
said.
I've been going to it for a while, but I didn't know I had been there like that. But I know it's been. I know it was going on for a couple years before I first went.
It says 11th annual. Sorry that I'm
Folks.
blending in the thing.
That's incredible. And the artwork for this year's show was done by TJ Sterling of Ray Comics. You'll know him from Okimus, Shattered Vision, A Villainous Tale, Joystick Angels. Incredible artist and writer. So yeah, go and check it out. Eventbrite. Go to the site. Check them out. All right. On that note.
Wait, can I just say real quick?
Yes, please go ahead.
When you said bring a date there, that's how you met Bibi. Like,
yeah, that's right.
You and Pharaoh Ramsey met her.
Yeah.
When I brought her to the comic book festival.
It was that.
It was real.
That second time that we went, because the first time that we actually met.
Yep.
Was there. And then I think it was that next year where, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because afterwards we all went to dinner. We all went to Dinosaur Barbecue.
There you go. So it's real.
Wow. Yeah, that's, oh my God.
Bringing it
so
back.
See, look, and they're still together and in love more and more every day. So you will find love. You will find comics. You will find food. We've done it all.
That was the black test. Like bringing a date to the comic book festival. I was like, how are you with black people? Like, are you good? Like, are you? You need and to. I need to see this.
But not saying, are you good?
Are you
but
good?
Are you good? Are you okay? But still asking, you good? You
right?
You right?
Over there?
You're like, yeah, you good?
Not.
Somebody in Harlem, their ear just perked up. There, was like, what? I thought I heard a "you're" outside. Like it's automatically like this. It's like this call of something's about to happen. So, folks, on that note, this has been our first episode of To Be Announced. How do y'all feel about it?
Awesome.
Good. All right. So that's it, folks. So we will be coming to you regularly. We'll figure out what our schedule is going to be, and we'll let y'all know. But you will be able to find out some of the bigger stories happening in the geek culture, and we're going to try and make you laugh as much as we did tonight. And eventually, one week, we will hear someone say a certain word that begins with M, and I'll probably have to shut the stream down. I'm not going to say what the word is. We're not going to say what it is, but it's going to be funny. And so, folks, remember. Go like, subscribe, share, comment, all those wonderful things. But you can also find us at Jabba. Where can folks find you?
You guys can find me on Twitch, which is Jabbachan 2008, as well as Instagram, which is just plainly Jabbachan.
Joy, where can folks find you at?
You can find me on all the things: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Everything at Joynfinity. There. Boom.
And like what it says on her shirt as well.
Oh yeah, all up on the tin.
Peep the gear. They both have gear. If you go this way, they both have gear.
On the chesticles.
Yes, on the chesticles. Yes, I do. This is not my shirt. This is God of High School because I wanted to rep anime today.
Yeah, I'm PlayStation just because.
PlayStation, Joynfinity, and but we're hitting all of the geek moments here.
Yes,
Absolutely. We are.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me at the Hungry Bleak Podcast on Instagram and YouTube. You can find me on the Hungry Bleak as well. I do Twitch as well under the Hungry Bleak. You've pretty much got the gist of it. It's the Hungry Bleak. Just type that in and you'll find me. We're out there sometimes on stream. Sometimes I'm talking about food, comics, reviews, what have you. So, folks, that's it. Remember, I want you to have a great day. And just enjoy it, okay? Drink your water, take your meds, whether they're physical or mental, emotional ailment, and hey, have fun with it, all right? We will see y'all later as we go out, because it takes a few minutes. We're going to do a little shoulder shake. Are y'all ready for the shoulder shake?
Oh,
Jabba's been ready since this morning. She's been shaking the shoulders all day. And folks, have